I just mentioned this.
Tonight's
It's out of Press TV. Ahmadinejad stresses need for a new world order with less of a U.S.-centric role. And that really is the theme of this globalization, that we have to have less and less, and we're the bad guys now. The United States is now the empire that is ready to fall in the world's eyes. And you read this is a forgotten article out of March 31st. Iran pledges Afghan help in new gesture to U.S. See, it looks like, to me anyway, that on some level, Iranian leadership is working behind the scenes with U.S. leadership. And I'm not even sure you could say that it's behind the scenes when there's articles like this out there. Iran offered help in combating the Afghan drug trade on Tuesday in a gesture to U.S. call for regional support in Afghanistan that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton described as promising. Now, we know that the continuity of government program, a.k.a. the shadow government, are the ones that deal the hard drugs, such as the opiates, heroin, and the stimulants, cocaine, from South America and Afghanistan. So to this, that means that Iran are really being enforcers for those that aren't, straightening up and flying right in the U.S.'s eyes. So I just wanted to mention that. I hope people check out that article. And, it's tough to call what exactly is happening with Iran, but I think they might be on the team. I don't know. All right, let's go to Scott in Pennsylvania. Scott, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi, Jason. In our area, there's going to be a mass vaccination drill for 50,000 shots in Avon Grove, Pennsylvania. And, the only way I knew about this was because an ex-state trooper who is a leader in the church told me about it. And he's.
And what were his viewpoints on it, by the way?
Well, I don't know about you, but everybody I talk to seems to be really big into doublethink. He calls black people the N-word all the time, but he voted for Obama. So I don't understand, where his thinking is at, because he's all for whatever. I tell him about the plan to have kids be in Obama's army, and he says that that's a good thing because kids need a job. And
we actually mentioned that on the show yesterday, that they're going to be creating jobs out of this. And they love it because they're all going to be joining AmeriCorps, and that's something we've been predicting since the Give Act was before the Give Act was actually passed.
So I don't know what people are thinking out there, or if they're actually are thinking, or if they're just allowing the TV to think for them.
And by the way, the TV is thinking for a lot of people out there. It's disgusting. By the way, you're from Pennsylvania. I thought I'd give you the heads up. Rendell proposes income tax hike. Governor Rendell wants a temporary, 16% increase in the state's personal income tax. Yeah, baby, you better believe it.
Oh.
It's out today.
Let me tell you, there's a bill out now by Sam Rohrer, and I need everybody in Pennsylvania to help this, is to eliminate property taxes. It was House Bill 1275, and it should do away with Rendell's stupid a gambling initiative, which didn't help anything. So,
right now he's trying to milk you for more money while the economy is worse than ever. He's saying it's to manage the continued decline in revenues and projected budget deficit of $3.2 billion. The governor made the announcement this morning at a stop outside of Pittsburgh. He said he would raise the tax on income, which includes wages, to 3.57% from the current 3.07%. For 3 years to raise approximately $1.5 billion per year for revenue. So more taxes for us, more spending for the government, more great programs that indoctrinate the youth. I thank you for the call, Scott. Let's go to Steve in Illinois. Steve, you're on the air. Yes, sir.
Hi, this is Steve. Hey,
yes, sir.
I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate all the work that you and Alex are doing. I live in Peoria, and they say what plays in Peoria will play all over the world. And there's a bunch of us out here that listen to you guys and are kind of active in some stuff that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, back in the 80s when I was putting out newspaper articles about RFID chips, and no one seemed to even really notice about it. And now with the Internet and through you guys, all the thoughts that I had about it are coming true, and I want to thank you for that. And I want to pass along, too, that for Father's Day, I'm going to be giving – my dad's a big Obama fan. And to start out, I'm going to give him a copy of Zeitgeist and Loose Change just to kind of start him out. And then I'm going to give him a copy of the Obama Deception and see what he has to say about that.
Excellent, man.
Can I give a shameless plug real quick?
Go for it.
I've got a website called cybervoices.tv, and on it has 120 hours of streaming conspiracy and alternative thought videos.
Okay.
You basically can watch it like a TV, and it will go on for basically 5 days before it repeats.
Oh, I got you. It's kind of like the Mogillas. Hey, man, I thank you for the call, cybersecurity.tv. Excuse me. My throat is just clogged up today. Let's go to Alex in Pennsylvania. Alex, you're on the line. Yes, sir. Good.
Yeah, I'm actually intrigued by what the other Pennsylvania caller had to say. I didn't know about Rendell hiking the taxes on us. But first of all, the movie you were thinking of was Eraser.
Yes, it was Eraser.
And it's a great movie. And second, when you had Gerald Celente on, he mentioned that Fiat buying Chrysler could be a good thing because they had a couple models, I guess, that would benefit them. But Alex Jones had mentioned that Fiat buying Chrysler was in fact a bad thing, and I've seen lists online of like Bilderberg meetings from like 96, 97, and has like Giovanni Agnelli, the founder of Fiat, and his grandson on the list as being involved with Bilderberg. And I was just kind of curious as to why maybe he would have said something like that. When it's kind of clear that
not everybody is 100% in the know on everything, and I don't think everybody's perfect. I'm not necessarily even sure that that's a blind spot. I think that just might be an interpretation based on the information that he has. Not everybody's going to agree, and I think, just like anybody, well, I wouldn't say anybody, but anybody that I would have on this program, well, not anybody, because some guys I agree with less, but, I agree with about 90% on what Celente has to say. About 10% I'm kind of out there with. Like, he was talking about, like, no matter what, there was going to be some kind of plague on this earth just from all the GMOs and everybody being unhealthy. And, yeah, that's a possibility, but I don't know if that's actually a probability. I think it would be more likely, they have these shot clinics that are schools, and they say it's mandatory for everybody. And like the previous caller told us, they're going to run drills first to acclimate the public. They already ran the psychological operation where they're trying to make you want to take it. And I think that's more along the lines of where an actual quote-unquote plague would be. I mean, yesterday I reported on the fact that somebody got and died from an 8-year-old kid from the pneumonic plague in New Mexico. Where is that in the mainstream media? UPI reported it. That seems a little more serious to me than the piggy flu if somebody had the pneumonic plague. And by the way, he died. His 10-year-old sister is being treated for it right now. She has it.
Oh, really?
So, why isn't that being talked about? That seems like a more serious issue.
When that flu came out, I mass texted about 150 people with just like a real quick blurb about Baxter being involved with the avian flu and how we're engineering the one for the H1N1, and it just blew everybody's mind, and it kind of like
and notice it only snuck out in one publication in Bloomberg in late February. We didn't even pick up on it until some of the foreign press started to pick up on it. And then there was one MSNBC story, and, the Czech government there that had first found it said there was no way that this could be a mistake. Meanwhile, Czechoslovakians don't want to take any vaccine. They actually cite Ted Turner at times and his programs to sterilize people and his talks about sustainability. I mean, that's what sustainability is. They want to kill a bunch of us and slave the rest. That's what sustainability is. We don't get to be the kings. We're not the ones that are special. They think they're the lords. They're the gods. I thank you for the call, Alex. Let's jump to Eric in Pennsylvania. Eric, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hello, everybody. You had a guy call last night asking about what happens on September 11th.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine. His name is Rick Stein. He makes like beats and all that stuff. And he had the idea of on September 11th, let's have like a music event. And then I had the idea of, because I was down there last year, I actually met you. You autographed my $2 bill, which was pretty cool. And on the corner of Vesey and Church, right where Building 7 is, at 4 o'clock, between 4 and 6, a lot of people get out of work, and they're all going to the subway, and it's just this huge flow of people. And I think at 4 o'clock on this September 11th, we're going to stand at that corner, and we're going to have like like a freestyle type, like a hip hop event, and we're going to be holding up 9/11 shoot signs.
Oh, that would be cool, man. I know that the lead singer from Killswitch and Gage, he has a new band, a side project, and they're planning on, I think they booked somewhere in the city for September 11th as well. I think it's the guitar player that I'm in contact with. But, there are going to be some musical events. I don't know if it's going to be as big musically as it was last year, but I kind of left after on September 11th, really, last year after I went down during the morning and into the afternoon. I took off. I didn't stay around for the weekend events. But, that sounds like a great idea, Eric. I hope that more people get behind it.